What is up, college money hustlers? Welcome to our first video cast or podcast if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any other podcast streaming platform. It is your co-host Dwight Van Dyke
and Elliot Bernard. Welcome to our YouTube channel. So we decided that we'd break into YouTube, also try to put some more content and just spread some more knowledge, have fun, and grow in general.
Exactly. So we'll get into what we're talking about today. So first off, I'm gonna give some good news, depending how you look at it. I mean, some people might think it's bad news, but if you wanted to get into stocks, maybe in like a cheaper market. But we're gonna go over some good news, and then we're gonna be giving our reaction to a Dave Ramsey video. And if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, but you're watching our videos, thank you. That's a big compliment because
that's facts.
He's probably one of like the biggest finance guys out there, like
in personal finance realm, definitely.
Yeah. So if you're watching this video, I honestly have no idea when you're watching this, but currently, from the time of filming right now, it is July 2020, and the Dow Jones has officially closed its best quarter since 1987. Yes. And given the context, you know it's coming from probably one of the worst quarters in a long time. We're obviously in the midst of a pandemic, and the stock market did see a very big drop, but it is recovering. They are saying it is due to stimulus money, which is, keeping the economy going. Since people are losing their jobs or have lost their jobs, at least they have spending money. And then it's also due to, I believe what they said was Pfizer coming up with a vaccine.
Possibly.
Possibly,
it's the possibility of the possibility of having a vaccine soon
right now. And lastly, and probably the most confusing for me, because Florida, Arizona, all those places are seeing massive spikes, but they're saying that
in Ohio too,
to drop. Oh yeah, Ohio is too, and Elliot's in Ohio. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But anyways, that's just some good news-ish, depending on your standing point and whether you think the market is overvalued or whatever. There's some news for you, and we will get into the video, Elliot.
Yeah, so this video we're about to watch is, I think, pretty interesting from my perspective. So it's about this person who racked up about $1 million in student loan debt. Now, it's $1 million in just straight student loans. Dwight, can you imagine graduating and then you get your bill and you have $1 million in student loan, man? I think I'm usually a calm person, but I think right there I just start panicking. Honestly, I'd be like, $1 million. Oh my god!
I don't know that. See, it's such an absurd number to have in debt. See, if you have like a $1 million in total of mortgages on your investment portfolio, like your real estate investing portfolio, that's understandable because that's giving you cash flow, and more than likely, if you have that much amount of debt, your cash flow of all those properties are paying off the mortgage, so you're not really worried about this. But this is student loan debt, so
this guy student loans
paid $1 million for education.
But I think there's more to it. Obviously, you probably want to know like what he studied, or what is his income potential in the future, because when you're gonna go to college and if you're gonna go in debt, you need to first understand what you're studying and what value after what's the income potential of what you're studying. Let's just go into the video.
Justin is with us in Florida. Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm doing well, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I had a question for you. I just recently graduated from residency to become an orthodontist.
All right.
And I have student loans that total just over $1 million.
You're kidding me.
And no, sir.
What were you thinking?
Well, I wasn't thinking you clearly.
My guy said, well, I wasn't thinking, but...
I've sat down and calculated my interest rates, and my interest is about $5,800 a month.
How much?
So my fiance and we're trying to decide what's the best way to try to attack this. If we were this first year able to pay $10,000 a month, I guess there's basically two ways that we thought of it. I can do...
Bro, you realize this guy said pay $10,000 a month just going towards the debt.
Yeah. Bro, imagine if... I mean, his debt did technically give him the abilities to make that much. But if he never had debt, his income and wealth potential
would be... He'd have an amazing start.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has enough income to pay $10K a month just for debt.
Just for debt. That's not even living expenses or anything.
That's just debt.
That's extremely good.
And what will you be making as an orthodontist?
About $250.
Okay. And what does she do, and what will she be making?
We actually just opened up an office, and she works in the office, so she's not taking any income out of the office.
Good income potential. So
if you make $250,000 a year, why are you only putting $120,000 on your debt?
Well, I mean, the $250 I calculated pre-tax and everything else. I mean, we're going to put as much as we possibly can.
Yeah.
On the debt, yes, sir. I mean, and in the years to come, as the income goes up, we're hoping to be able to make payments of $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 a month. I mean, that's what we're what we're praying for. Otherwise, I'm just up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy's gonna be buying a new car every month.
Okay, I think the thing you have to. Yes, I would. The income-based option does not do away with interest, and so interest is going to be accruing greater than you're putting in.
Yeah, that's
okay. So you don't. You're not making any mathematical progress by doing the 3 and 7 idea, but you will make emotional progress because you'll be able to knock off some of the smaller ones.
Right.
And God knows you're going to need some emotional progress.
Yeah, I just wanted to pause it there because $1 million is a lot of money for anybody. Like, I don't even care but $1 million of debt is a lot for anybody. So just that emotional strain of having to know that that's in the back of your mind and you're always really going to have to be paying for that, like, maybe how many years into the future? I mean,
how long are you going to be stuck?
Exactly. Like, to be fair, his income potential is extremely high. Like,
luckily,
most people, not many people are making $250,000+ a year. Like, this is his starting off, and it's his first year of med school. So, like, soon he's gonna be making like $300,000-$400,000 a year, which is a lot of money. So his income potential is extremely high, given that his debt is just equally as extreme.
But he's in a better situation than another person could have been. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel for him. It's still going to be hard, and he's still going to have to sacrifice a lot in terms of lifestyle and other things that you would want but you can't get right now. But you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for this guy based on his income potential towards the future.
In this process. So, and then the only other commentary I would just add is that this is such an extreme situation. Your income is extreme,
to say the least,
and your debt is extreme, that you have to be very, very careful to just act like you're a broke college student because you are a broke orthodontist.
Right.
And so that means you guys aren't going on vacations. You're not buying a house.
Nope.
You're not leasing a new BMW.
No cruises.
You're not going to a restaurant.
Cars.
You have $1 million. I can't even say it out loud. I can't breathe. $1 million in student loan debt.
Like Dave Ramsey,
It gives me an anxiety attack, and it's not even my debt.
Just saying that.
But the horrible news is that ridiculous figure. The wonderful news is you have great income potential and a great income right now. So you cannot relax.
Right. So
you have to cut as deeply as you can cut.
Right.
And so be dialing your taxes in. I don't want you to get behind on taxes, but other than taxes and food and water and electricity, I really want everything else just going on student loan debt. The good news is you've got a great shovel and you have a great bright future with your income potential. And, that gets you out of this. It's not a reason to get into it, but it does get you out of it. It gives you hope for your future.
Not a reason to get into it.
Yeah. I mean, so that's pretty much the end of the video, but
yeah.
This video right here, it's extremely, it's a weird one. I think Dave Ramsey said it perfectly. It's literally an example of extremes on both sides. Extreme debt and extreme income.
Extreme income.
You have to, most regular people, if they have $1 million in debt, I don't believe they're paying that off in their lifetime for most people. Like, if you have like
the kid's gonna have to finish paying that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you have like a $40,000 paying job a year, after you actually pay for your living expenses, how much are you really paying towards $1 million in debt? As he said, every month he just incurs $5,800 alone
in interest.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's even more than anybody would make if they were making like $40,000 or $50,000 a year. Literally.
Yeah, because that's already over 60 a year.
I'm gonna do the math. Yeah, I'm gonna do the math real quick. So
that's because that's already over 60,000.
That's $69,600.
Oh,
so you would have to make over $70,000, let alone income tax, because you gotta pay taxes too. So you're probably gonna have to be making like 6 figures just to pay off the interest,
to cover the interest, which he is. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But like he said, at least he has a great shovel, but it's no reason to get into this amount of debt.
Exactly.
So when if you're picking what school you're going to, this guy obviously he went to some expensive school. Like he went somewhere really expensive. Like I think Dave Ramsey said it. Like he went to one of the most expensive school, and I don't think that's necessary. Like I said at the beginning.
This guy's making upwards of $500,000 a year.
I think you could. I mean, being an orthodontist, I think the skill set that you get is the same no matter where you go. You want to be a good doctor, no matter where you go. No matter where you go, people need to know that they can trust you because you have the lives of individuals at your hand anyway. So, I think in this case, he could have chosen a cheaper school. And he would have had a much better start in life where he would have more room to enjoy the fruit of his labor.
I kind of want to make a point on this. And I think this is extremely important for people to realize, because somebody who's making $50,000 a year but doesn't have debt and doesn't have all these wild expenses that they need to pay has a better potential to create wealth now. Like, it depends on, obviously, in the end, this guy will probably end up creating vast amount of wealth just because of his income. Once he pays it off. Extremely, like, he's gonna be stacked in paper.
Okay, so we get it.
For sure, but I mean, you gotta give this guy credit. Up to 500,000 is a lot, but for now, this guy's literally playing keeping up with the Joneses. He's not seeing none of the fruits of his labor. He's paying off all this debt, and it's unfortunate, but he did put himself in that situation, and I think he realizes it now. It definitely sounds like he realizes like
that he could have made better choices in the past. Like
exactly,
maybe I could have gone to a cheaper school,
It's definitely not the end of. It's not the end of the world for this guy, obviously.
For him, at least.
Yeah, for this guy specifically,
But yeah, if you take anything away from this, just make sure you match your income to potential to what. If you're gonna take student loans, so if you're gonna take student loans, don't make it like a necessity that you have to get student loans. If you can put yourself in a better position where you have a school offering your full ride, or a school where you can end up with student loans, but you like the school with student loans, you know what the smarter choice there would be. I don't think I have to tell you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's just about making the best choices to set yourself up for success in the future.
Yeah, 100%. And that's a great way to leave off the episode.
Yeah.
So, thank you for tuning in. If you were
first
listening,
video.
First video. If you're listening, subscribe, like, share with your friends. Let's get more people to watch this. Let's get more involved. Feel free to comment below. Leave if there's any topic you want us to cover. We've definitely have a lot more content on our podcast. So if you want to listen to our previous podcast, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts,
all of the big dogs.
Exactly.
Just check them out. All of the big platforms. We're out there.
So thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Have a good one, everybody.